Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, also known as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, stands as one of the most revered figures in modern history. Born on October 2, 1869, in Porbandar, India, Gandhi's life and teachings would profoundly shape the course of India's struggle for independence from British colonial rule. Through his philosophy of nonviolent resistance, Gandhi inspired millions of people around the world and left an indelible mark on the quest for justice, equality, and peace. 1. Early life and education. Mahatma Gandhi was born into a devout Hindu family and raised with a strong sense of morality and duty. His upbringing instilled in him a deep respect for religious and cultural traditions, as well as a commitment to social justice and equality. Gandhi's early education took place in India, where he studied law at the University of Bombay and later in London, England. It was during his time in London that Gandhi was exposed to the ideas of Western philosophers and thinkers, including Henry David Thoreau and Leo Tolstoy, who would later influence his own philosophy of nonviolence. 2. South Africa and the birth of Satyagraha. In 1893, Gandhi embarked on a journey to South Africa to work as a lawyer. It was in South Africa that Gandhi first encountered the brutal reality of racial discrimination and oppression, both as a person of color and as a member of the Indian community. Moved by the injustices he witnessed, Gandhi began to develop his philosophy of Satyagraha, or truth force, which advocated for nonviolent resistance to injustice. Through peaceful protests, boycotts, and civil disobedience, Gandhi and his followers challenged the discriminatory laws and policies of the South African government, laying the groundwork for his later activism in India. 3. Return to India and leadership of the Indian National Congress. In 1915, Gandhi returned to India, where he quickly emerged as a leader in the struggle for Indian independence. Drawing on the principles of Satyagraha, Gandhi mobilized the Indian people in a nonviolent campaign against British colonial rule. Gandhi's leadership of the Indian National Congress and his advocacy for civil disobedience and non-cooperation with British authorities earned him widespread admiration and support among the Indian masses. Through his speeches, writings, and acts of resistance, Gandhi galvanized the Indian people in their quest for freedom and self-determination. 4. Salt March and civil disobedience. One of Gandhi's most famous acts of resistance was the Salt March of 1930, in which he and thousands of followers marched 240 miles to the coastal town of Dandi to protest the British monopoly on salt production. The Salt March captured the world's attention and became a symbol of Gandhi's commitment to nonviolent resistance and defiance of unjust laws. Inspired by the success of the Salt March, Gandhi launched a nationwide campaign of civil disobedience, calling on Indians to boycott British goods, refuse to pay taxes, and peacefully resist colonial rule. Despite facing arrest and imprisonment, Gandhi's campaign of civil disobedience helped to galvanize public support for Indian independence and exerted pressure on the British government to negotiate with Indian leaders. 5. Legacy and impact. Mahatma Gandhi's legacy is one of courage, compassion, and unwavering commitment to justice. Through his philosophy of nonviolent resistance, Gandhi inspired countless people around the world to stand up against oppression and injustice and to work towards a more just and equitable society. Gandhi's influence extended far beyond the borders of India, inspiring movements for civil rights, social justice, and peace around the world. His teachings on nonviolence, tolerance, and the power of love continue to resonate with people of all ages and backgrounds, serving as a timeless reminder of the potential for positive change through peaceful means. Mahatma Gandhi's life was marked by several periods of success, each characterized by significant achievements in his quest for social justice, nonviolent resistance, and Indian independence. Here are some of the key success periods and achievements of his life. Early activism in South Africa, 1893 to 1914. Gandhi's first major success period occurred during his time in South Africa, where he lived from 1893 to 1914. As a young lawyer, Gandhi experienced firsthand the racial discrimination faced by Indians in South Africa. He successfully organized the Indian community in South Africa to resist discriminatory laws through nonviolent protests. boycotts, and civil disobedience campaigns. Gandhi's activism in South Africa laid the foundation for his philosophy of satyagraha, nonviolent resistance, and established him as a leader in the struggle for human rights and social justice. Leadership of the Indian National Congress, 1915 to 1922. Upon his return to India in 1915, Gandhi quickly emerged as a prominent leader within the Indian National Congress, ANC, the main political party advocating for Indian independence. Gandhi's success during this period was marked by his ability to mobilize the Indian masses in the fight against British colonial rule through nonviolent means. He led several successful nonviolent campaigns, including the Champaran and Quetta Satyagrahas, which sought to address the grievances of Indian peasants and farmers against oppressive British policies. Non-cooperation movement, 1920 to 1922. One of Gandhi's most significant achievements was the non-cooperation movement, launched in 1920 as a nationwide protest against British rule. The movement saw widespread participation from Indians across all walks of life, leading to the boycott of British goods, institutions, and services. Although the movement was suspended in 1922 following the Chauri Chaura incident, where violence erupted, it demonstrated the power of nonviolent resistance and civil disobedience in challenging colonial authority. Salt Satyagraha and Civil Disobedience Movement, 1930 to 1934. In 1930, Gandhi launched the Salt Satyagraha, also known as the Salt March, to protest the British salt monopoly in India. The march, which covered a distance of 240 miles from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, galvanized millions of Indians and drew international attention to the Indian independence movement. The Salt Satyagraha sparked a wave of civil disobedience across India, leading to widespread arrests and imprisonment of Indian nationalists. Despite facing repression, Gandhi's movement ultimately forced the British government to negotiate with Indian leaders. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of Indian independence and icon of nonviolent resistance, left an indelible mark on the world through his tireless advocacy for justice, equality, and peace. His philosophy of satyagraha and his unwavering commitment to nonviolence continue to inspire millions of people around the world to work towards a more just, compassionate, and peaceful world. As we reflect on Gandhi's life and legacy, we are reminded of the power of ordinary individuals to effect extraordinary change and the enduring importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.